see
Yeah.
what was happening. It's like, the place was so full that you, couldn't even.
We couldn't hold the meeting, well, we couldn't hold the meeting on that application, so we had to, tell everybody, we'll let them know when we're gonna do it in, January.
I thought it was
I
December.
mean,
Yeah.
December, I'm sorry,
Right.
yes, next week.
Cause I saw it was on the news and I said, wait, I gotta see what the hell's going on here.
The 11th,
Whoa.
well, I'm trying to remember.
Who's that?
It's the 11th.
Yeah,
On Kirk,
in the solar farm.
on Kirkville Road?
It's at, North Chittenango Fire Department, 7 o'clock.
It's right across from the Wesleyan Church.
Okay.
Yeah. I
That big house right there.
yeah, you're saying that, oh, yeah, that's.
Can't leave the name, though.
No,
Remember Bowser Road meets,
no, it's.
Right on the fire.
it's, is
Right.
it across from Moss Farm?
Sure.
Remember they had the application, it was for, Wesley, right across from Wesley.
It was on the north side side.
The
Yeah.
north
No,
side.
right,
The
but this
north
one's
side.
gonna be on the south side.
This is gonna be in the big field across from,
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
the church in there. I heard it was gonna be down off of Kirkville Road, where the guy wanted to do it before, years ago, where the cell tower is,
Oh, yeah,
right across from
Right,
that church.
Right,
That's,
yeah, that's, those houses are in there, and, yeah.
No, I've got us on live though. I don't know if you wanna turn on a couple microphones so it's easier to hear on YouTube. I did put, he did charge the batteries and, but you don't have to have them all on.
okay, we're awesome.
And Mike, I'm gonna project. I'm angry at
A public hearing will be held by the Town of Sullivan Planning Board pursuant to section 276 of the town law on the application of Yash Carbonizak for approval of subdivision of land located at 1030 1032 Viola Road, Chittenango, SBL number 32.-1-60. The applicant proposes a 5-lot subdivision. Said hearing will be held on December 2nd, 2025 at the town office building, 7507 Newport Road, Chittenango, New York, at 6:45 p.m., at which time all interested persons will be given an opportunity to be heard. A copy of the plat of said subdivision has been filed with the town clerk and is available for public inspection prior to the public hearing. This and all meetings held at the town of Sullivan are open to the public.
So, Rick, you're speaking on behalf?
Yeah, power of attorney from the options, we got his behalf, answer any questions the board may have.
Okay. He did send us a letter stating that he was going to proceed with his building permits as soon as he got his subdivision.
So he told me, he said the same day.
Did he talk to you at all on where he's gonna place this house on that lot where the barn is?
He's not, yeah, the exact location on the lot with the barn is, I don't know, but I'm not going to existing structure.
Yeah, because, I mean, that barn is dead center of that lot.
It is, absolutely. It's my understanding he was gonna put it behind the barn, but I can't say that for sure, that's what the discussion was to me.
Last month, we asked if he might demolish the barn. That was the
No.
discussion, like, that's
I
not gonna happen.
asked him that question the next day.
You did, he said no. Okay, I just had a note that you were gonna ask, so. he answered.
Yeah, because his letter did not state any conditions about the barn,
No,
if I understood that.
other than he was gonna pull the permit, he was gonna see if the subdivision.
Just gotta make sure that none of this becomes not.
So,
Stipulated, that's the major part of the zone. It was 5 years, you just said that.
South side.
It's always-
yeah, this is where the duplex is. He's gonna put the duplex on its own lot.
That's right,
And then the second duplex will be on its own lot.
that's correct.
And then that's got that garage in front of that.
Absolutely.
And then this is the barn, right there, on Violet, the big barn right there. And so.
Oh, okay.
He suggested to take down.
I thought that, I thought he was gonna take the barn down because the, it sits right there in the middle of the lot.
Are you on?
Any issues with any
Yeah,
of
at
the
the very
lots
end.
besides this one.
Is there no agenda here? What do we got? Northbridge on?
Yep.
I'm working off the wrong one, I'm sorry.
You are? Oh,
That's okay.
no, there's, no.
I should have grabbed the new one.
You know, I was gonna give you one, and then I saw that there was one by where you were sitting, and
Well, thank you.
so I
Sorry,
apologize.
Tom, I didn't bring your file. All right, thank you.
All I need is
Northbridge, I think they're just signing plans, right?
Yeah, but, I gotta get this.
What did we do?
Well, we got agreement for a new one.
Oh,
If
okay.
the subdivision, he doesn't have the, building permit for a certain timeframe, then he's gotta do something different with that.
No, I don't think I have it updated. There might be. Well, you know what, Rich did your agreement, I forwarded you those agreements.
Yeah, but there was.
They're blank on that, so I think.
Is that the only lot he's planning to
He's
build on?
gonna do, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, he planned on doing 3 acres. Did 2 now,
Yeah, there's funding available.
and he was gonna do this lot and this lot.
We need to have some kind of stipulation to them all.
I'm not.
Says, non-residential
I
property.
just wanna make sure I have all the right houses.
What kind of timeframe would you do?
I would say probably 6 months. That gets him into the summer.
Yes.
I would say that's fair.
What are we talking about?
We're talking about.
Well, on the subdivision, John, he's got the barn.
Yep.
And the barn sits right in the middle of the lot.
Yep.
So he's gonna have to run his driveway on one side of this barn or the other.
Right.
And then you got those duplexes right across the street. With driveways. So we're saying if we give him a subdivision, and because it's an unconforming lot because there's no house there, the barn's there, then we have
That's
to,
what we talked about at the last meeting.
Yeah, exactly.
if we gave him 6 months to get his building permit, if he doesn't build within 6 months, then this lot is not,
Within 6 months of what?
to get a building permit to start building on it.
Of the time he files the map.
Time of our approval.
I would say that 6 months, obviously, the building season is diminished now, but I would say the first 6 months of next year, I think would be fair. If he hasn't got it done by June 30th, I think that would be more than fair.
Well, I mean, we can't, that'll be up to Larry, but you can't give any building permits if you got non-conformance going on there.
Well, why don't we give him 60 days to produce a site plan showing where the house is going to be?
You have to sign off on it. You guys.
We would, yeah, but I'm just saying, instead of giving him the 6 months,
Yeah.
kind of
We can do
open,
conditional approval,
yeah.
subject to
Providing a-
presenting,
They're
revised site plan or map that depicts the.
location of the house and the driveway.
Just a site plan for a lot.
A building envelope for the, whatever the house is
Yeah,
gonna be.
he's already got the plans and everything, so we can see.
Oh, yeah, you can figure out what the building is.
Yeah, we already know the size of the building.
Just gotta make sure you meet all your setbacks.
That's right.
I thought Larry was gonna be.
No, I think that's more than fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to get it to do, but I have to do that. You can see what that, you know.
Because I think having a shorter time frame would be better, maybe use that information rather than dragging it out for 6 months, and then come in and say, oh, well, I've already dug my foundation, or something like that. Yeah, yeah.
We're gonna have to come back with an amendment.
60 days,
60 days.
until, what, until February meeting?
So we have a lot on that, this is a lot, it's a number, lot,
Lot B.
B, as a boy.
Yep.
Well,
No, it's fair.
he's got you. I
No,
mean,
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
you know,
He's got that barn there, and I mean,
that's not a big deal.
you know, that's,
Let me just look at the dates of the map, make sure we have. So today's the second, our next meeting is,
the eighth,
the sixth.
The sixth of,
Sixth.
okay, sixth of
The next
January.
meeting after that,
Sixth of January,
Tenth.
third of February,
oh no, the third.
Yeah.
Is that 60 days or that more?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's 2 months.
Okay, then we'll say, so you have to get it all approved by the third. But we can say 60. You do it before that, hopefully have it in December.
Just gonna show the orientation.
Yeah, all you want is the envelope for the single.
where the driveway is in relation to the other ones.
That's
the issue, yeah.
Yeah, we can show drivers about this.
Okay, so the conditional approval, we did seek there already, all based upon Rick's map, and he's gonna present, an updated, building envelope for lot B.
B.
That would be what you would vote on, hopefully see him in January. That's after we start.
Thanks. Can I have a motion? Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Hearing is closed. Mike Pebble was supposed to marry. He said that was changed. He was, they were saying it was a town. It's actually, it's a village. So they're gonna have most of this back to the village. He was.
He was here for 4 years? Long enough.
Before he became what?
And then he ran for
County clerk. County?
Or the clerk, no.
County clerk, right?
He's been elected to that twice.
Yes.
Yeah, he was just doing that.
Got a few minutes before we start.
Yes, second five. Okay. See, having communication.
Yeah.
Something like that never goes away. It just lingers. I just did that. What's that?
Start it.
Yeah, same.
That's where we're at.
Oh, what?
I got it today for him, I'm about to bring it up.
Very nice, all those are things.
Yeah. How are you?
Wasn't all right for his weight stuff.
Planning board
Huh?
meeting's gonna start for December 2nd.
The first order of business is Yash Karbanzak, represented by Rick Myers, for a subdivision on
Yeah.
Viola Road,
Yeah, go ahead.
1032 Viola Road.
Before we bring Rick back up, the minutes have been passed.
Make a motion to accept.
Second,
I'll second it.
all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, Rick. Yeah,
You guys had a discussion on this.
yeah, so,
Picking up.
let's see, we're gonna vote on
We need a motion for that.
for, well,
You're gonna approve the proposed subdivisions, condition however upon the applicant or the design professional bringing to the board a revised, site plan depicting the single family structure or building envelope, of the single family structure on the map or lot. We've already done seeker, so that's
Seeker.
last meeting, so that's your motion, so.
we're all set, any motion? Pass. Second,
All that.
Go ahead, John.
I'll second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Nope. You're all set, Rick?
Meeting's not.
Yeah, we're good, sign.
I just think my mind was back about that.
Alright, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, under old business, GPO Federal Credit Union.
Good.
Yeah, this, yeah, they're gonna
Make it hard? Yeah, I'll be there for sure.
Trying to get Roger to go.
Oh, he's invited.
No, it's just, we start to sit together, but every part.
Yeah.
Keep track of one another. So, yeah.
Mason.
Questions about the light fixtures and for camping property. So I addressed all those comments. I guess that's gonna take a little time. Just before I left for today, New York State DOT sent us comments. I haven't had a chance to do this.
You'll be able to send those on when you get a chance, the deal can't send those. I've been working on a resolution for you, so. I started working on your stormwater maintenance. We're working on that part of it, so.
Is that entrance in alignment with, Tom Street? It is, okay. I didn't know if it was just off a little bit.
And it is off of the
And can't object to that, or you don't know?
No, they didn't have any objections, they just had, just a few questions. And they had one or two questions regarding traffic.
That driveway's a little offset to the west.
Yeah,
Yeah, Tom would be here, and your driveway's kind of this, up a little bit to the west.
it didn't appear like they had any issues with it, it was just more clarification of questions.
Didn't have anything about drainage.
No, they did have a question about how there's an existing crosswalk, which is up the hill a little bit, it's not actually in the right of way. They had a question. And most likely, probably call to discuss it. Just so.
And we'll all have it for our file.
I think we got a good report, you know, on traffic stuff, traffic impact analysis. And I know, I saw the new report, but I didn't dig into it, so I'm sure I don't, and you guys really had a chance to jump into it, but we'll go through it this week. I'll send you guys copies of what I'm working on, so you can see it.
Second word, I could share with you guys.
Okay, so
We'll do it all at once.
by next month, we'll have everything all buttoned up.
Yeah, I would think I'll be here with a full resolution, unless there's an issue, I haven't heard anybody.
And you'll have all yours, everything, Garden Juice will have their answer back to you.
Is the public hearing continued at the last meeting?
We had a public hearing.
Or they did close?
I thought it was still.
It was close.
Okay.
There was nobody.
Oh, I got it,
Here
public
and
hearing is
now.
closed, we got it.
Yeah.
Yep.
We have
Talks
some-
about the generator a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, we have secret.
Yep.
So all we have to do is finish all the other.
Would it be possible to get a conditional approval to start some interior demolition?
Tonight? That's not up to me.
It's up to the board. I mean, I think that everything's going along pretty smoothly.
You're saying just interior?
Interior
Start doing interior demolition, everything ready for.
I'd be okay.
I think you're far enough along.
That way you don't affect the site, there's no issue. While they get everything else resolved.
Because site is our
There's no
main
issue.
concern.
Yes, site, we're not gonna start till spring, until we get everything, same with the exterior, that would be a problem.
What are the conditions for this conditional?
Yeah, so what does that mean? What do you wanna do?
I'm really not comfortable with saying this is a conditional approval. If you guys wanna do, if they wanna do interior work at their own risk and spend their own money, I have no doubt this will get approved next month, but to say that it's conditionally approved, I need to know what the conditions
Yeah,
are.
I think what would be, there should be a permit issue, and if you could just have a small drawing of the dot line, what you're gonna be doing inside. If you can get that to me, we can issue an interior selective interior demolition permit.
That way they can do it their normal way.
Okay, so we wouldn't need
Our next out.
an approval for you to issue. Okay,
And you said you closed on it, right? You know,
that is correct.
I don't wanna see that.
So,
Okay, so, all right, then that makes it okay too, so those, an owner can do some work inside, but you're not gonna use it as a bank.
No.
That requires their,
Right. That would be
That
all
would
the
be better.
outside work.
that would be better, yeah.
Yes.
All right, so I'll scratch that for now.
So then Larry just takes care of that?
Okay.
Good.
Sounds good.
See you next month.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Oh, okay.
Colby Barden, is anyone here for Colby Barden?
You have to vote to table that, or just?
Yeah, you can move the table, let's say. We had asked that the existing tenants be notified of this proposed use.
He hasn't done anything, he hasn't done the stakes that we asked for to show us where he was gonna put the building. I checked it this week, and it's nothing.
County planning did say that the planning board might wish to determine if the modular home will meet all the yard setback requirements and any appropriate off-street parking. That was our comment. We had asked for them to notify the people that are there that this is what they're doing.
Right, and then we also asked him about his parking and where he was gonna have the people come in. And, he hasn't brought any of that information into us.
Yeah.
I've never seen.
I mean, you could continue it, but maybe somebody can say, please show up for the next meeting.
Contact them and show.
All right. The next meeting, they show up for contact. That was
See if
what
they're
their
still-
intent is, yeah.
Yeah, or let us know if they're not gonna do it, or either way.
Got it.
So. You wanna go over that Atlantic now?
Oh, yeah, go ahead. That's a good idea.
Well, that's.
All right, so one of the items on your agenda is an interesting one. We're all used to the large cell towers that we see every once in a while. This town's had a handful of them over the years, and it's sort of lightning rod applications. People tend to get offended by the 195-foot tower or 200-foot one that has a flashing light on it. This falls under small cell, and this one is proposed to be placed on an existing pole at a height much shorter than what we're used to seeing.
6 foot.
Yeah, they're gonna add a 6-foot
6 foot
extension off of about a 35-foot national grid pole. They submitted a very thorough application, very thorough.
Yes, it did.
And they've backed it up with lots of exhibits, which I encourage you by the next meeting. We're here to schedule a public hearing, get it referred to the county, and the attorney called me and said that they didn't need anybody to come tonight just to show you what this is. I said, I can do that. They're coming from Rochester, and that's fine, but they have to be here for the public hearing. So your package has everything you need. It's got the standard of law, it's got photo sims, it's got seeker in here, it's got all the engineered drawings. I mean, to me, the most interesting thing would be the photo simulations.
Right.
And again, the device that they use is very, very small, but it attached to the end of the existing pole. So we would have a public hearing on it. And I would be, if you're favorable to scheduling that public hearing for the next meeting, and Jenna can transmit the GML to the county, I think we can push this to January.
Yes.
If that's acceptable to everybody.
Yeah.
And it's a pretty big package, so I would encourage everybody to look through it and give it a chance. Put a lot of work into it.
Yeah, they did. And mostly it's just gonna handle the feed from the eastbound tower to Cicero Center.
They say they have a gap in coverage and
Yeah. And that's gonna fill the gap in between the east and the west.
so you would, again, direct the GML to be, sent out and schedule a public hearing for 6:45 on, what did you say that was, January 11th?
6.
On the 6th.
I have a motion for the hearing?
I'll make the motion.
Can I have a second? Second, I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Hey, John, I have a question on that, the National Grid poles in the right of way,
Which right away?
the highway.
The highway right, we need a letter from the state.
But because it's not on physical property, there's no, am I gonna be able to issue a permit for that? Yeah. It's a 911 pole.
They acknowledge they need a special use permit for the use, which is in the town. So if this board approves it, I'll do a resolution that would grant a special use permit. They would see you about paying a fee for the permit to issue it.
But they need to have approval from National.
Yeah, National Grid will sign it. I think they've signed, I think there's
Oh.
an authorization in the packet, which is buried.
There is.
I saw it.
And there's something about the state too. that-
Yeah,
it's-
DOT
It falls in the
signs.
state right away.
And just so you know, if that had been in a town right away, we would be requesting a license fee for it. We set that up, we set up a small cell program here in the town, so if we end up getting a bunch of those, you guys have an annual fee that you charge to be within our right of way, so we that payment, but this is not our right of way, that's in the state right of way, national pole. And in some places, like those solve it, they have their own electric company, and they charge a pole location fee on top of that. So they get two fees. Yeah, that's not the case. Okay.
Kind of skip around here. That's-
Sure.
We go to Mr. Wilson.
Next is John R. Wilson, looking for a lot line adjustment at 6036 and 6066 East Lake Road, taking 4 parcels into 2 parcels. Is anyone here?
So we're gonna table Mr. Wilson? We have a motion to table Mr. Wilson.
I'll make the motion to table.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
So Mike, are you here for the storage building too? Are you
Yes.
gonna handle that too? Okay. Yeah. Come on up, Mr. Northridge.
I don't have any maps because I gave them all to you.
Yep, they should be.
They actually came back that I was about to come to do health department and then we come to the planning board. So I did it that way and I did it at the health department. Keep going. Additional notes, I can put that section there. And here's the lesson. We would like to planning board to do it before we sign off. But we may give them some back. 15 lots, we call it phase 5. It's substantially completed, blacktop is in, Hammerhead turning on to the school buses, they blacktop as well. Nancy has been involved with it, the top course of the road hasn't been done, the course security for that, and anything else. So, we're going to cash the collect for the town, as soon as I get those numbers.
So, Ken, do you remember if you guys did an estimate for that? I'm looking on my emails, I didn't bring the file because I had the wrong. Yeah, we did. And the other question is gonna be, Andy, what's been what's been inspected out there today for what Tom's trying to do, where everybody's happy with the way
Yeah,
it looks right
he's good to go, we're done, turning that portion over.
I still haven't got a new one from the.
So what he's asking for is approval, so he can move to the next step, which is the file maps. And then he'll get some lots subject to, that security that Ken's office gave us an estimate for, which again, I can't pull it. And I sent Tom the proposed agreements. And you said you're okay with it.
We're okay, I just used the $2 one for as much as I don't much was the money we can do that paper. That's about it, and I have a lot of them sold, and they want their permits in before the first of the year.
Seeker was done a long time ago, so that got done last.
We have a little relief on the natural gas.
You got your gas and electric?
Gas and.
The security.
Yeah, please, I
National
can't
Grid
find it.
is $108,000, so if we don't do it, we do it on the night. Yeah, it's not.
Who sent it? Was it Ashley?
Bill Finch.
Oh, that's right.
So, you're all good, Andy?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm looking at, Northridge, I got it. Okay, I got it. I was looking under Ashley.
As I would like to request that you use the old turnaround, the stone one for your parking, your equipment and all that. And once we start plowing, and leave that open for the bus and us to turn around up above.
So you want the bus to continue to turn?
I want the buses to turn around up top.
Oh, up top.
Yep, because the problems we've had with the one homeowner that's there. So if you guys use that whole area down below for storage and all that, I think it would save a lot of headaches. Does that sound fair?
Yeah, that big roll of conduit, so.
I don't think so.
Vector subject over.
So you got plenty of room, Andy?
Yes.
Tom, I'm sending using the iCloud.
You have the.
I've got it right here. I'm gonna send it to you right now. So I'm gonna send it to the iCloud right now.
Let's go to the.
See anything?
All right, you got it now.
And the legal, I paid it.
Yeah, you reimburse them, and then, the written, so we'll plug all that as written agreements, and we'll have it come over, we'll get them all signed up, and then we'll figure out, where you can get your maps out. You're doing your real estate. And your office. You're gonna do We'll get together. As far as you guys are good,
Yeah.
okay, Andy's good on his end.
Yes.
Alright, so we're in section 5, so you're looking at a proposed approval based on, what's the date on that map?
The initial date is, July 25th, 25.
Last revised?
11/11/25.
Alright, prepared by,
Forrest.
can I get an extra copy of that map?
My only week.
Want me to send you a signed copy?
Whatever you can. I'll take a physical one.
Help you out here.
It's a skill to hold the subdivision map, so that.
Well,
the
not only that,
title
look, you can
shows
see
up. Well,
it.
you did it, that's, you know.
Done it a few times.
Yeah.
I guess we're looking to find the subject of those things, I would be signed. The new code changes,
Well, they're gonna be later than that. Well, it's code changes or
Code
the,
changes.
or the, okay.
You have to pressure test your HVAC system, so anything more than 10 feet away, you have to be pressure test your air and your fans and all those big pipes are under 10 feet. I don't know who's gonna do it. No, well, I think they'll let up the Supreme Court, probably consider it. And say on before you close, the propane company came in, they talked conciliation, and the federal government came in on an interest rate. And I think that's real good from the state around, so they agreed to a 120-day window after the final decision reached, and they went to the Supreme Court. So if the rule, if it violates national energy policy, then the board, we don't have to worry about it. You know, if we say that it doesn't violate the national energy policy, then 120 days.
Did you get all that?
It's enough now. People, we try to see this out.
And they also want tracer wire on all the conduit there.
I could go.
More inspections for
So
you.
you can trace them.
Life is easier. So you need a motion and a second to
Final
approve
approval.
that final
And we
subdivision.
get these maps back to the health department.
So can I have a motion?
Make motion for final approval.
Second? I second. All in favor?
Aye.
All set, sir.
Let me know how we handle this, I do, whatever, I will get them
Thanks.
I will contact you.
there. Yeah. Great. Thank
Get
you
it
very
as soon
much.
as possible.
Have a good holiday, if I don't see you tonight.
You have a Merry Christmas.
Larry,
Stop,
Larry,
stop.
we're gonna, oh. Larry,
Sorry,
we'll coordinate to make sure
Let me know.
any building permits, we have to all work together before any building permits. Okay.
I don't know. If you want, I can stop going up and stuff.
Yeah, we'll have you stop. You see my friend Paul.
Yeah, well, we're getting there.
Okay, so I think we're pretty good.
Thank you.
We're up to Fisher.
Next up is Fisher Bay LLC requesting a special use permit for storage building.
You wanna come up here so we can?
Yeah.
So I wasn't here last time. We have a complete set of drawings. I think we talked about the site plan last time.
Right.
See,
Elevation for it.
yeah, the store elevation, where, the grade, we had some topo. So, the grade around this is 377. Some of the grades in here are 378, 379. So, we're high, we're above 100 foot elevation. Right. And just proposing gravel road.
So we're at 379 with finished. So, you plan on putting a floor drain in?
I don't, it says a 40-foot trench, and I think that plans to go into the floor to the ground.
Could you, and you're gonna store oats?
Bolts, yeah.
Oats. He mentioned something about like bringing something and washing up this out there. I don't think that's a great idea,
No, I
Mike,
don't
or you'd
either.
have to have an oil separator.
Right, no, the majority of this space here is just for our residents.
Storage.
Yeah. And I think the same thing's pretty much true here. I can ask him, this, Bill, who was here last time, is gonna take this space.
Yeah, because of the wetlands and everything around.
Yeah.
I don't think that would be a great idea to have washing.
Yeah, if he had something like that, I would.
You'd have to
he
do
would
it
need a
outside.
oil separator. For sure, but I'll have to work that out with the Baron.
Okay. Yeah. As you like.
Fire, lighting. Outlets.
Mike, I know the listing of all the drawings, you email them. About that pack.
I can give you one of that.
You can email that, right? that packet right there?
No, there's got those there.
Okay.
So this is, construction foundation.
Slab. Put mesh in there, right? You're gonna put insulation on there?
Yeah.
Insulation.
Only for Harvard Town, or are you gonna do others? Well, I think Harvard Town will fill it out. I mean, one gentleman is a Harvard Town resident, he's taking 5,000, we need 7, at least.
So this is for the HOA members.
Primarily, yeah, but if we don't fill it up with HOA members, then I think so.
Storage.
But there won't be any outside storage.
Everything's going to be.
The last time we said no outdoor storage or washing. Clothes or anything like that.
Yeah.
So, we said it was gonna be guttered, I think, Mike?
Yeah, gutter, and what we have is a swale that goes to the ditch that's, along Hitchcock Road.
Are we comfortable with scheduling the public hearing?
We got this room going around the building, which is tight.
Yeah, we have, 40 feet
Okay,
from where the garage door is now, 20 feet.
okay, all right, just.
It's 20 feet to the boundary line?
Perfect.
And you're gonna have stone all the way around it, so just in case the fire trucks or something had to come around it.
Yeah, well, 3 sides, or 2 sides of it. If we need to add more, we could, but right now it's gravel driveway to here, 40 feet from there, with a length of 100 feet.
And that's gonna be like a lean-to it, side or that outside gap.
Just a small, porch thing, sticking out, so it's going into it.
You're right.
That's it.
Just
There's no elevations in there, right?
Yeah,
One elevation, yeah.
finished floor.
No, I mean, site, what it looks like.
Yes, there's
Yeah.
contour lines.
The face of the building,
Face-
not kind of
Oh,
architectural elevation.
Yeah, we had,
I don't see anything in there.
9 pictures of.
There it is. We were talking about overhang on the traffic plaza.
Yes, there's a 20 inch. You're asking about the front there for the. It goes up 10 feet.
Mike, is your fencing on that? You guys know fencing?
Lighting, just looking beyond the building itself.
Yeah, we'll have
Exterior.
some security lights outside for sure.
We'll recommend, shielded down gas lights.
Yeah, and calls for the lights here over the doors.
Mike, is that gonna be accessible 24/7 to your people that are renting there? We have
No,
hours for
once
it.
it's for storage. Once they put their, we don't want them coming in without taking care of it.
So you're gonna control access.
Yes. The only one that'll have more accessibility is Bill, that's 5,000 square feet.
that's seasonal, they're gonna put it in there, leave it for the winter, that's it.
Sounds good.
Great.
No signage or anything like that?
So can I have a motion to schedule a public hearing?
But I'm not sure if we do, I'll leave it up to John, but I think
Don't leave it to me.
we, well, I don't know if it's a legal thing, the type of, PDD that we are, I don't know if we, did we already have the.
They have the right to hold a public hearing, they're not required. That's the law.
Because it's not, actually, it's outside, and you are gonna bring people in to lease, to rent, if you don't fill it with your own HOA members, so. I say, so if you're gonna open it to the public, I say it should have a public hearing.
You're not building this right now anyway, right?
Well, it'll be early spring.
Yeah, but if you have a
That's what
public
you're
hearing in January, you gotta approve.
Well, that's fine, if you're not there, it's not,
Probably nobody,
that's, yeah, it's fine.
Probably you're gonna here on the.
Public hearing in January, we'll do secret at the same time, okay?
yes.
I was working on a resolution.
Yeah, no, just one toilet. And we could hook up to, force heating in the street. Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
I'll make the motion that they're public hearing.
And I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Last item,
Martin, yes.
Harbor Town. Is anyone here for Harbor Town? Okay.
So this is on because Mike has a project that's called Harbor Town Phase Two, which is a multi-lot subdivision that involves the creation of a new road to be dedicated to the town. He's been here before. We ran into some trouble last week because we did receive a report. I have the report. Have you ever had the report from B&M?
Yeah, I received emails, yeah.
And Ken is here to talk about how the construction process went forward. And Andy's here because Andy's being asked to take over a road. And the guardrails and the whole, there's a road system here that you guys, if you remember, you guys had the sheeting system that we looked at and talked about, was designed. And now we got to the construction phase of it. And we had some bumps, and we want to talk about those bumps and what we prepared to do with this. And this, I think the easiest thing to look at is B&L did a nice timeline here about how this road construction work was completed between the 18th of November and the 27th, which was right at the plan. And I mean, how do you want to do? I'll let you walk it through, or how do you want to do it? I read it all. I can see everything that happened here.
Right, I assume that the planning board has time to review all of this, okay, so, I don't wanna go through both, bottom line is the work is completed, but not without, some decisions and modifications along the way that ultimately resulted in revisions to the approved, site plan.
So what's out there is not something that you approve. So the developer made changes that weren't authorized by the highway superintendent or the engineer, most importantly, you guys. So all the approvals that we've given have very specific sets of drawings that are connected to agreements that they're connected to, and that's not what exists out there. It might work, I'm not an engineer, I don't know, and I know Andy has concerns that he's going to be asked to accept the public road, and these additional improvements, including how the road, sloping of the road, and drainage, and it may or may not work, we don't know, but we got way out in front of ourselves, and it's causing tremendous amount of consternation for certain people in town, and Mike's gonna wanna build houses out there. This board needs to be very sure that those improvements are gonna hold up over time, because of the construction. The photos are helpful, if you look at some of those slopes, you can see what's going on.
So, our role, of course, there were a series of, I think, four different review letters spanned several months. And, the frustrating part about this, the reason you have us on the technical review expert is to make sure that the stuff doesn't come off the field. Looking at this section that was off the engineer drawings that will ultimately approved on the 24th Monday, the section of the roadway where we also approved from our review letter, then prompted a meeting with the developer and the engineer, where the engineer indicated that no, the section is accurate. Look at the photos, left of the second page versus our edits. If this were in fact drawn to scale, this was identified. This was a problem that could have been resolved.
Well, wait, excuse me, I hope I have time to rebut this. The drawings that we have clearly show that if you do the math, it's a 1-on-1 slope. And it's on the drawing, it's dimension, it doesn't need to be drawn to scale. But go ahead, Ken.
So the photo and, what happened.
No.
So the photo on the cover page, again, this came to light as we were out there with Andy and Chuck White, who's the vice president, of me, as well as the finish. Took a look at this edge of back of gutter, which is the red line, and it's right at the top of the bottom slope. And outside of that edge of the tip up shoulder, you still need room to put a guide rail, post, and the guide rail have area, flat area behind it for deflection. And again, what you see in the photos, that wasn't present. And the bus in this section identified that. So here we are now in the field, and the sheeting is in, and we're expected to make a split second decision without any type of engineering or calculations. They ultimately were provided as is documented by Stoughton and Simon Stamp, which is what we had indicated needed to be done. But the timing of that was such that the wall was under construction at the developer's risk before anything was even submitted to review and reviewed by the highway superintendent and us.
Well, the highway superintendent had the plan on Monday. We didn't start work till Tuesday.
Can I just speak on that for a minute on that wall? On those type sheetings, Mike, we spent a lot of time with your engineer here that night.
Right.
Going over those 2 or 3 pages. I definitely talked to the engineer and asked him, I go, on those sheets, will those sheets be up in the air high enough so you had a 1% from the gutter to put your material against, then you could drive for your rails? And he said yes.
Well, he made a mistake.
But obviously these sheets are what, 2 foot below your road?
More than that.
No, more than that, they're like 5.
Well, I'm just looking at a picture.
We always knew that the sheets, the top of the sheets were 373, and that the road was roughly 378. So we always knew that we had 5 feet difference. But what the problem was is that the road ended up being closer to the sheets than what we thought. And that was the error on our part.
Right, the sheet should have been higher.
Well, or we did the block with the sheets, yes.
What's gonna hold the blocks?
What's that?
What's gonna hold the blocks?
The sheets.
How are the sheets gonna hold the blocks? You're gonna
Well,
set-
it's engineered by Stoughton Engineering. Did you see a copy of his design in letter? Let me give you that.
So obviously, this isn't the border we would ever want this to happen.
So the problem out there was, we saw it as a field change, not as a major event. Something to correct a mistake that was made from the engineering drawings, to be able to,
I mean, I'll defer to you, Ken, but that sounds like a pretty large field change to deal with, something that's this big, this important.
well, it's
For
nothing
that to happen
that
after
affected
that.
the road. The whole thing was to affect the guide rail. There wasn't enough room for the guide rail. Did you see a copy of this, John? I think my son sent this to you.
Oh, yeah, he sent it to me about 15 minutes before I left.
Did you
I
have
got
any-
it. So if
Do you want to see this, Ken?
Well, I disagree with it affecting the road. It's a one-on-one slope right on the edge of the gutter. I mean, it definitely affects the road.
Well,
So,
The entire
and
integrity
if we were not out
of
there, that road would have been paved and never looked at again.
no, the road would have been paved, but the guardrail issue was an issue. I agreed in the field that it was an issue. We didn't know until the edge of the road was spray painted to where that road fell in relationship to the,
Wait, your stakes are 3 foot offsets, right? To curb, correct?
Mhm.
You put your stakes in, you pretty much knew you were.
Well, I
It was
wasn't out
wrong.
there for that, it was like almost the same thing.
There's many, in this report, this timeline report, there's a number of items that cause, I'm not even an engineer, it caused me a lot of concern. How this was done, some of it wasn't inspected at the time it was installed.
What's that? What wasn't inspected at the time it was installed?
Compaction underneath the, lowest block.
Well, we asked,
What was excavated was
We
95%
we notified the Bill Finch that we're doing this if he wanted to, we compacted,
But that, don't find somebody, well, it's happening, it's not sufficient.
well, we notified him on Monday that we were gonna start.
But you can't
Could
just tell people you're gonna do stuff and do it, you gotta get approval and authority, this is backwards what we're talking about.
Can you
Yeah.
comment on that?
reactive.
Very, very much so.
Yeah, I'm Joe with Muller with J.K. Tobin Construction, so we did the work there, right? So, my biggest concern, and I sit on a planning board as well, my biggest concern is how this drawing back, whenever it was approved, the road didn't change, the sheet piling didn't change. How did this get approved by this board, right? And the engineer in charge for the town, how did this get approved?
You're suggesting we should reverse our approval?
No, I'm not saying that at all.
That's what it sounded like.
No, I'm just saying, you know, at the 11th hour, the plants are closing. The plants closed last Wednesday.
That's not the planning board's
I
issue.
understand that.
Can't wait till the last time. Mike was in a hurry to get this done. We
I
all
understand
know it.
that.
We all know it. He's pushed and pushed. You weren't here for any of that.
No,
You
I'm
didn't.
not, but I'm here to support him on what we did.
I don't blame you for supporting
And-
him, but the town wants
And
to
we
make
didn't do
sure this
anything
is gonna work.
underhanded on anything on this project. I have compaction reports on this whole road. I just got them from PW Labs yesterday.
What's under your retaining wall?
It's all bank run gravel. Every bit of it's bank run gravel.
Didn't put a mud mat or anything under it, you just put gravel and contact.
It's gravel, Dave, all the way up probably 5 feet. And then you have your road subbase.
But see, the thing about it is we went over this with
Yeah,
Russ
it's,
engineer,
yeah,
and he told us the sheets were gonna be high enough, at 1% slope from the road, no matter what the grade of the road is.
Yep.
That's what he agreed to here, that's what we agreed to,
which I think it, you know, I'm speaking
and we went by the engineer's word.
for Mike, but you could still do that theoretically. You could still weld on the tops of those sheets and make it work
Sure you could, sure.
without the block wall. But, you know, I mean, here we are, plants are closing, and, you know, Mike wanted the road paved, and like I said, we have compaction reports on all the material that's gone in under that road subbase. We proof-rolled the road. When we made concessions to put geogrid on top of a lot of that road, where it was questionable. So it's not like anything was done underhanded, in my opinion.
Nor are we saying that, Joe.
No,
Again,
and I
we were out there,
understand.
We worked well together.
Yep,
Put
absolutely.
in the time.
Yep. But I guess
Again,
here we are.
we picked it up. You know, in my mind, as a professional engineer, this is an error.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Mike should go back to his engineer, because clearly, we pointed out the problem, sections, the response was section 1 and 2 on sheet D4 have been checked for correct scaling, and where necessary, the scale has been adjusted.
Yes,
Right.
but
Distances from the
Okay,
edge of
but-
sheeting
but-
inside gutter have
you
been
can't,
confirmed and
you
adjusted.
can't scale a drawing that's a cross section. That's what you're trying to do.
Like it's drawn to scale.
Hear me
It's
out.
wrong.
There's a dimension on there.
The plan depicted what was going to happen, the section showed it inaccurately. We called it to question, your engineer said, no, it's fine. We took your engineer certified, not us. And Joe, that's the basis on which the
Yep.
planning board.
No,
We had assurances in response.
I wasn't involved early on.
Yeah, but no,
I
Your
just
company
wanted
was
to
doing this as well, and missed it as well.
Mike, I didn't miss it, we
Yeah, no,
brought
you
it
missed
up
it.
twice.
You never said, no, you talked about the scale. You didn't say that we had a slope problem. See, what we have here is there's two sections that cut across the road. And in the section where we've got 5 feet 4 inches, 11 feet, it varies during the course of it. This is just one cross section. But our engineer pointed out that the distance from the curb kick-up to the sheeting varies from 5.49 feet to 11.19 feet. It's not something you scale because it varies. Because every foot you go down, it's a different dimension.
So,
Follow me?
okay, so when you have 5.49 feet, over
Right.
that,
Yes,
you
it's
have
one
greater
on
than
one
one
side.
on one,
Right,
without,
I agree,
again,
but I'm saying,
drawing the line right there.
I agree, but you didn't pick it up either. It's not something.
That's not a great answer, Mike.
We
It's
made
your-
a
it's
mistake.
your
We
mistake.
But you're making it sound like
And,
we're
and we
told.
brought it up again, it says it's not going to.
You said it's not to scale.
It says more
Do
than it's
not
not to
scale as
scale.
such. These need to be drawn to scale to clearly and accurately show the design intent. Particular, this section two is not drawn to scale, it's not represented the actual design. On the
Our point
arbitrary-
is that
The bottom line is, it is,
we made math error there because my engineer didn't pick that up. Agreed, it was a total mistake.
But there's an easy fix here, right? Is to raise, wherever it is in question, it's just to raise the top section, take it to develop.
Yeah, but our block wall works as well.
I understand, but on their point, is that there's a remedy here.
But what, okay, I
There is
agree,
a- there is
but
a
it's an
remedy.
expensive remedy.
I-
What's
I-
wrong
That's
with-
what it's gonna be, Mike.
I understand,
We're
but
not gonna cut corners from this point on.
Do you think the
For
block
Andy's
wall is
road.
cutting corners?
No, I'm saying, you said this is gonna be expensive, your own guy is saying there's a solution, you're like, I'm not
But
gonna.
we
give you a
already
solution
did
that
this
costs me money.
Ken needs to review the solution that we did and see if.
I don't disagree with that, but it'd be nice for Ken to see these things before they went ahead and did everything.
believe me, there was time we did really well.
And I get that, I've worked with you guys, we love Tobin.
Yeah.
We
But
work
it's
with
silly for Mike's press, you weren't here, but Mike is
No.
pushed to pass every possible law he's had, ironically. To get things approved in advance, and we've had to go back and look at them after the fact. Now he's constructing something that he's already admitted is wrong, and he has a road, he doesn't even know if it's gonna work, I hope it does, but I don't know. Our engineers will be the
totally
ones that
disagree
give
with
us
that.
the advice.
Our road, that road there has all the compaction tests, and the complete road's been inspected by Buckers.
Have we seen the compaction stuff?
I just got.
I know, it's, but Mike's saying this has happened, but we're not gonna listen to
But-
it, we're gonna listen to the
Wait,
him, Mike.
you did a proof roll, right?
We did
Weren't
what?
you satisfied with proof roll? That, and they were, well, we're talking about the road first,
The
because.
road is fine.
Okay.
It's
That's what I wanted
this
to-
We're talking about the wall. The wall's
section
down.
is
Joe,
that
I wanna talk to you for a second. So if you lengthen that wall, like the steel sheets, then you got something to tie them sheets back again, to hold it. Those sheets have got ties back, right?
Only.
That's the other critical thing. Where our ties are isn't affected by any of this.
I'm not talking about the ties you have now. But what I'm saying is if you put extensions on it, you could tie those back. You got nothing to
Tied
hold
to
that
what?
wall from
Well,
moving. That wall can move.
Well, it's 6 inches below the top of the sheet wall right now, and that's, and to Mike's point, that's what's sold through at $11 to mitigate the problem.
Essentially, it's towed in, poured into the gravel.
Question.
Right, and it's a gravity wall, and the forces on this wall, based on Stolten's pallets.
It's facing back on the sheet.
Right. So that, what this complicates though is this whole discussion on jurisdiction of future operation and maintenance and ownership of these sheeting walls, which was to be by the HOA. Now this block wall is essentially an extension of that
Is
is
the
holding
HOA
up the integrity of the subbase of this road,
Not the road.
the entire bottom.
No,
Underlayment of
my
this road.
my engineer disagrees with that. And you read his letter, it doesn't affect the road in the least.
If you start to lose the toe of this slope, it's gonna totally slough
Well,
off and your whole road's gonna drop.
If that were
Rails
the
are
case,
gonna
with the
fall
block
in.
wall up where it is, we don't have an issue with slope.
How many courses you
What's
got?
your engineer?
Two courses.
We're only a foot
So-
below the road.
So your bottom course is the only thing the sheet's holding, And then-
But they're those interlocked.
interlocked
Yeah,
with, with it.
and then their course is, they're not set on top of them.
Right.
Of course.
they're pushed in.
And you can see from the picture there, that's the finished picture. And if you read his letter, you'll see that the road's not, isn't affected by what we did. This is mainly to take care of the.
This is just another instance, like, if you wanted to rush through this thing, then you have to try to play catch up. It's happened throughout this.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
So, at the very beginning, we made 3 concessions. I was asked, 3 concessions. No cap on the sheeting on that backside. Reduce the length of the guide rail. And the 1.5-inch tie rod that was holding the sheeting together was up here. They asked if we could not have that in case the PVC pipe was double the diameter.
We all agreed on that. Mike came in here, the board agreed on that.
Like the by himself, to about 3/4 inch.
No.
Yes.
We added, instead of having 8 rods, we went to 15 or 16. It was a decision that was made by Stoughton Engineering saying that it's gonna be a stronger, well, we didn't cut
I
corners.
made it, I didn't
We
say that.
improved it.
And the engineer said that that 3/4 was sufficient, but he agreed that.
And then
it should
in
be
Ken's advice, he asked us if we would put it in PVC pipe, and we agreed, case it in PVC.
This all happened, but he was under the assumption that none of this would be expected because the HOA was gonna take over.
That's not true.
From day one, I said, there will be oversight and inspecting on anything to do with the highway.
It's critical. It's critical in this
And
entire
that was
process.
It was,
I mean, what went on out there, I went out and took pictures, I think they did a great job. I'm not an engineer, I'm sure it was done excellent. But at this point, I don't know, I'm not an engineer, it might be great, it might not. We don't know that answer.
so what do you think, Ken?
As a technical reviewer, advisor to the town, the engineer of record has signed this in, Stoughton and Montreal.
It's on them, except I don't know if I'll be able to sue them successfully, but it all falls apart.
Well, it's not gonna fall apart, and what we did is, as we discussed and agreed to, we moved the road right away in, so that the walls that are in question are on HOA property, and it's up to the HOA to take care of any failure, future failure, 50, 80, 100 years. But we have an active HOA that maintains the whole project.
Well, you also agreed on $80,000 up to support this.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did, right here in a meeting, public meeting, it's on tape,
It's on
you
them.
agreed.
Well, I
And
did.
then you changed your mind.
Yeah, I did.
So then we sat here and had a meeting, and then you agreed that your attorney was gonna write up all these agreements about the HOA taking it over. I said the HOA should be notified, and we've seen nothing.
Wait,
So,
the
nothing.
HOA, he sent you information
Today, like an hour ago, no, 2 hours ago, he sent me something. I
It
haven't
shows
even read it
in our
yet.
offering plan.
Mike, I haven't read it yet. That's how.
Within our
ready to go
offering
again.
plan, all the common areas, seawalls, everything is under the jurisdiction of the HOA and they have to be
How much money does the HOA have?
35,000.
35,000 total, or what was it, 80,000?
It doesn't need to be 80,000,
Why not?
because we can do assessments if we need to.
So, how long would it take? So we have a big failure up there, we don't have access
It's
to
not-
80,000.
So what's gonna happen is that there's.
We'd have to go after the HOA.
Then maybe they're old, maybe 50 years down the road, what the residents gonna come to? The emergency
They should.
They're gonna come to the association and then, oh, yes, they are.
Not a chance.
All you have to do is show them that the road right of way doesn't include that.
That ain't gonna satisfy. I've been doing this for 37 years, I've seen plenty of people that live in communities come right to the town board, the highway superintendent.
Then you show them what you have that you're not responsible for. That's it.
One suggestion, put cap on this wall.
That's doable. Whatever solution we have here, and I agree we have to find a solution, it's gotta be documented, the drawings, the paperwork, and this board has to vote on it, approve it, lock it in, to the record, to the subdivision. whatever it is, but it's gotta be agreed upon by the highway superintendent, our engineer, and the planning board. Those are the three people that have jurisdiction over what's happening. Can somebody address the paving in the very wet weather? Is that a problem? I saw that email from Bill Finch says I would never allow, these are not conditions I would allow paving. Are we okay or not, whatever those.
Well, if you wanna go over on 81 and see them paving that day, you can go.
I'm just saying for this
I'm not,
town.
and I don't have a question on it.
I have to ask out loud, because I
Yeah,
see
no, that's
something
fine.
that bothers me.
Binder, not so much.
Top is, of course, the paving looks excellent, you drive through there, it's a quality job, and lines are straight, and it's not so, because, everything looks great.
And you're responsible for that for the first year anyways.
That's right, it's his responsibility.
And anything that there is any, the topic.
Before you top it, you gotta pass it.
Not
Yeah.
an issue.
So I mean, my recommendation is figure out what it is that's gonna make every Andy and you guys happy, get it all into a packet that we can have the board review and vote on, and let's lock it down, so we know.
Well, it has to be negotiated to some degree. I mean, we're showing legally what we're responsible for as our association.
Oh, I can show you legally what you're responsible for, but.
No, you see what I'm
That's,
saying.
you talk about between you and your HOA?
So does that agreement need to be modified to?
It's gotta include, yeah, so the approval resolution has to now have the revised drawings, and the agreements that we put together have to be updated, amended to capture all this stuff too. And I don't know, does that change the securities thing? I don't know yet,
No,
I mean, I'm
it's
not
not being
sure.
dedicated to the town.
Well, we do have securities out there, there's securities,
Well, it would be for all the asphalt.
yeah, we do have securities.
Relative to this wall.
I'm talking about the other stuff.
Well, you need to spend time and review scope and design, correct? And then you make a recommendation. No, I mean, if you agree with his engineering for that as a solution, and it's installed to what he said he asked for, then you can approve it, you can say you want a cap on it, we can install a
The
cap on it.
engineering that we've been given today is 2 blocks added behind the wall and a bubble.
Well, you handled that in one with.
The letter didn't have a header on it,
Yeah, this is a,
no calculations, gravity wall,
yeah, it's that more.
load, blah, blah, blah. So we've seen no calculations. And then, yeah, there's just the defects.
Yeah, I guess what I'm saying is, you can call him with whatever, yeah.
Right, so if we did this, it would be a whole set of calculations. Calculate the load on the wall. Check by. Assuming that's been done.
And then it's gonna have to be put on a file and set drawn.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
Whether you're cutting, pasting, however they do it, but.
We did it on D6,
I
that D6
understand,
is
but-
that drawing.
But it has to be on.
It does. What we're gonna have on file needs to have everything in there.
That's it.
Like that's, I know his calculations are there, they have.
I agree. I've agreed with everything you said so far.
No, I know, I
That's
just.
your, I'm agreeing. But we gotta get this right, in the notion and sense that we got ourselves in this place. In mind, I don't live in this town, I love this town, but I don't live here, but the fact that our highway superintendent is put in this spot is outrageous.
I don't understand the spot, once we take care of this wall, and for the guardrail, the road is fine. You don't have a problem
I hope
with the
so.
road, do you?
I have to go by the recommendation.
He doesn't really, he didn't observe it. Now, the compaction stuff, I know now you have that, so Ken would wanna see it.
Yeah, the road is fine, from what we've seen and observed. The concern with this particular area, again, is if the level settle, it's gonna affect that road, it's gonna drop, it shows. That's how this whole wall system is, so, holding it up.
Make sure the guy will support that.
We were very cautious about this proposal. You guys were saying, I don't know about this, and Mike, you were incredibly persuasive somehow, and this is what they agreed to, but then when you went to implement it, lot of things when it's
One,
weird.
it's this one thing. The way I look at it, it's
Well,
this
you
one
look at
thing.
it, yeah.
Well, the road's fine, we've all agreed that the road's okay.
But we said, Andy said it looks fine.
Well,
Nobody agreed with
and,
it. Because it wasn't inspected.
It was inspected.
Time it was being put down.
no,
I have
it
an
wasn't.
email, I have an email that says that they weren't able to see
Ken,
everything.
did they inspect the road?
Yes.
And I can find that email.
Yes.
It
he said
inspected
yes.
the wall,
Oh, excuse me, it's a wall.
the undergreen is behind it, the gravel is behind it, up to the subject of the road. You saw it on the plan.
You guys worked on Thanksgiving Day.
No, we're done on Wednesday.
I saw the report that said Thanksgiving Day. The point is that B and L wasn't out there.
We did invite them out there.
You don't get to invite people out on holiday. Hey, come on out, look.
It wasn't a holiday,
You don't come out
we were
here.
done on
Within
Wednesday,
45
we
minutes.
notified them Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
Yeah, 45 minutes notice is so facetious for you to say it like that.
Dinner at 3, Mike?
This is all getting recorded right now, Mike, so this is all
Fine, it's-
fully recorded. So we know what we gotta do, they gotta work it out with the engineers. Until then, what else is going on out there right now? What is I'm looking at Andy, what else is happening out there right now? Do we need to be concerned about additional activities that are happening?
Well, I haven't seen any activity unless the conditions over the newest one, snow, so I don't know.
We should do, the snow drops, we should do a final walkthrough. Some of the guide rail posts, some are a little higher than others, not fully driven. It should be, there's other punches, like I just said, ultimately, I think we wanna capture.
Where are you guys going?
Let's skip it.
That's the most exciting planning board meeting we've had in like 14 years and you want to.
They've had enough. They've had enough.
Don't we have to sign off on that?
No, we didn't sign anything.
Do you want to?
You gotta get your paperwork signed.
Oh, sweet.
You need that sign. You're welcome, sure. Imagine if you gone back to school and they said, no, didn't count.
Yeah,
The chairman will sign.
don't forget this is all recorded, so they already know you scooped out early.
Dave worked for us. Dave worked for us.
You guys wanna get signed out too? Or you wanna stay?
We're gonna stay.
Yeah.
See, I wanna stay,
It's only gonna
but
be
my
another
mom's
2-3
over
hours.
there, so-
Oh, really?
Yeah.
This is our last item. So you're gonna do what you gotta do.
Contact Stokens to get a copy of the, calculations on the bin block wall and earth and vehicle surcharge pressures. Get that on file.
And then,
You wanted a cap.
I would suggest a cap for aesthetic purposes, yeah. Also, you got slow rebar.
I think a cap would look very nice. What do you think, Gordon?
and when they get it all sorted and squared away, Mike can drop off updated information that we need to incorporate into a supplemental approval. That will attach the original subdivision approval I wrote up. I need to add all the new stuff into it, so the record is clear on that. And then if you tell me if you think the securities that we have already are good. You have security for it. And if we're good, we're good. I'm not suggesting we bump it up, but if you need it, you let me know, because that becomes the money that Andy would need to then use. He doesn't want to use his own money, so he wants to use the development money he needs. And Andy, what other concerns or issues do you have right now? And I know I don't want to put you on the spot, because you might think of something else later, but anything come to mind for the moment?
Well, there's a fire hydrant has to be moved.
Yeah,
Has to be an
I,
address.
I put it in the wrong spot.
It's right in the middle of the turnaround.
And the idea here is, I don't recommend you sign any final maps for filing until this is sorted out.
Absolutely.
What'll happen is the lots will be sold, okay? We'll have problems with residents that. Yes, it's getting late in the season, but you never know the weather.
Jason?
I'll look at what his attorney sent. This set.
That's our agenda.
So this will be tabled till the next,
What's that?
that item is on the table. The one we just done.
For the Fisher Day. That's all gonna, they're gonna get all this put together
Alright,
and then they'll be back. I think it has to be finalized. So that's completed. Department of Justice is happy. Is there anything else? Can I have a motion to close the hearing? You're the meeting.
I'll make the motion in the meeting.
Okay.
Aye.
Sorry.
Lost my
Sure. Thanks for coming out.
No, that's fine. That's why I keep it on, I just wanted to see where it was at.
I'll have to nudge her and